So Instagram has a new editing app called Edits that I assume is their kind of play at competing with CapCut. And at first glance, it actually looked decent, but I haven't actually played with it. So let's figure out how Instagram's Edits app compares to CapCut. Okay, answer me honestly. Do I look like Steve Jobs? Like the collar on this shirt is not necessarily like high, but it feels high to me. Like it's a little higher than my norm, you know? I feel very Steve Jobs-ish. Like this is my uniform I wear to work, you know? So like I say, Instagram has this new Edits app and I did download it the other day. And let me tell you like first impressions, my thoughts on it. I felt like out of the gate, the video quality in the app was 10 times better. So I've always kind of felt like with CapCut, even though it might export okay and like do okay, even when I record in like 4K and I import it into CapCut, it's just not great. And I felt like the video was so much clearer in Edits. And then overall, I felt like it was just a really, really easy to use software. Did it have everything built in? I don't know. That's what we're gonna find out today, okay? So there's a couple of things I wanna test out. So in CapCut, you can do a lot of almost like advanced editing things, like putting text behind you or like tracking an object, things like that, that I am thinking that this Edits app is not really made for. But as far as the standard things that we probably all do, like cropping and, you know, trimming and adding text and maybe sound effects, it's probably okay for that. So this video of my kid stealing bases in baseball the other day that I shot on my Meta Quest glasses, which by the way, love. But I'm gonna just use that in both of these like test runs to see what we can do. So when we just open it, just on the open, I do see that we can switch easily to 4K and HDR and all of that good stuff. Down here at the bottom, we have very similar tools to CapCut. So audio, text, voice, captions, which I like that that's built in, overlay, sound effects, cutout, and sticker. And when you click on it, you've got split, volume, speed, adjust, filters, green screen, extract audio, mirror, slip, duplicate. So there's actually some pretty decent features like built into this. One thing I will say is that this is really cool. The fact that I can green screen straight within this app because it's not super easy. Like I could like point at him and be like, that's my kid. It's not super easy in the regular green screen like filter. So I do really like this. If we want to add text, add some text. We have lots of options. We have lots of like effects. Yeah, so like the text looks like it's pretty much the same. Voiceover. So if I want to record a voiceover, it just does like this and same as CapCut. So I'm gonna try and do the like text behind the thing in this and see, because that's kind of advanced. So let's see what we can do here. This is actually easier than CapCut. I literally just told it I wanted to cut out something and it picked my kid out of the thing that I want to cut out. Okay, so now I want to say like track the object. So it's gonna track him. And I'm gonna try and put, guys, that's easier. That is easier than CapCut. And this is like one of those fun effects that like, you know, you could use. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Okay, so now I wanna add a text layer and just write, let's say slide. Because I'm saying slide a bunch in the video. So let's change the text here. I don't want it to be that. Let's do the hard shadow. Sure. Okay, let's make it bigger, like way bigger. Oh wait, there's two of him there, but maybe it'll figure it out here in a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna put slide on the screen, change the order of operations here. How do I do that? Okay, so now how do I need to be able to change that is under that. Okay, maybe this part's not easier. And what stinks is there's not a lot of like help articles yet out about this. So like, I have no idea. I feel like there's gotta be a way though. There has to be a way to like say, hey, we want this text to be, why is he duplicated? Okay, I think I just need to like line him up. I think that it's just slightly off, but that's okay Okay, so we're gonna line him up now. In the beginning, we've still got like a ghost of my kid, but honestly, okay, this is a little better. This is like mostly tracked. Okay, but I still need to be able to get this under this. I don't see like a layers. Okay, I can't figure out how to like change the layers, but if it works, like that's actually way easier than the way that you would do it in CapCut. So yeah, but we are gonna have to figure out like how to move these. Like there's no good way to like move them. Like when I click, it like, you can tell it's clicking on it, like it makes a noise and it changes colors, but it won't let me like move him around. Like I say, he's a little still like almost like duplicated there. And like right there, it's off. But I could totally start the video where he starts running. And like right here, I can just do split and then I can click on this and split and click on this and split and then delete all of these front clips so that it doesn't start till he starts to run. You can move that there. Is that how you spell slide? You know how when you look at a word too much, it just like looks funny to you? Yeah. I can also like easily zoom on the clips, which is gonna screw up everything. That's okay. So now we can go back and slightly off again. If I just make that one bigger, then it should cover. We'll see. But I don't know how to like change the order of the clips. Overall though, this looks like the like more normal features of any like mobile editing app are here and like super easy to use. Possibly easier, but like not as robust, because let's add a filter. Let's just make it that one. Okay, cool. And then effects. Let's see what we've got in effects. Okay, this is kind of cool. So we can like steady in and like zoom. We can steady out. We can do a grid. Oh, this is automatically in here. Oh my God, I love this. Okay, so let me get back out and let's do a different video. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this one of my matcha, and then I'm gonna do effects and do grid. Okay, that's kind of cool. We can also do this like white frame. We can steady out. We can blur out, frame it, blur in, steady in. So yeah, there's some like decent effects in here. When I go to export, it just lets me export and let me like look at the clip here. It automatically lets you share to Instagram or Facebook, but it was also shared or saved to my phone. It's a decent amount of like features, probably what most people would need. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be limited in the things that you do, but it's actually not that bad. I would honestly say that for most users who don't do anything fancy, like super fancy, and want to have some cool things, but like don't really, you know, editing is maybe like not the thing that like lights you up in the world. This is a really decent app. And I do like that you can automatically post, which you can do that in CapCut too. I do also like that it doesn't have that black screen at the end that's like branded, which you can remove that off CapCut, but still, like I see people accidentally put it all the time. And it has like text, it has effects, it has the green screen. I probably will use this to record any like green screen videos because I do feel like it's better than the one built into Instagram or TikTok or CapCut. So like, will I be using it? Probably not, just because I'm either going to use like a more robust system or CapCut that has a little bit more features. But can they add to it and add some things to make it a pretty even comparison? Yeah, absolutely they can. And because I know how these companies work, I'm gonna edit my next reel, or I'm gonna try and edit at least parts of my next reel in the Edits app and post it directly from the Edits app and see if it gets more reach. Because I have a feeling that Instagram is gonna push content edited within the Edits app. Because, you know, they can do crap like that and it's dumb. The next time you see me will be us testing this out. Let's see how it goes. Okay, it's actually a few days later and I tested out the theory that the Edits app, things made within the Edits app would do better. It really didn't. I'm kind of shocked. Like I thought for sure using their own editing app would boost this content in the platform. But I posted this reel the other day that was edited completely in the Edits app and then exported from the Edits app straight to Instagram. And actually listen for the glitch in it, because I want to talk about that in a second too, but this is the reel I posted. So I was just filming a video about Instagram's new Edit app, and it dawned on me, I wonder if Instagram is going to push content edited on the Edits app more in the algorithm than content that's not. So let's try it out. So let's just pull this puppy right into the Edits app and get it all set up and ready to edit like normal. Now we export. And then the little share to gram button. Oh, will you look at that? Weird. And this is the amount of views it got. Like literally no better, maybe even a little bit worse than my standard amount of views on a reel. And if you heard that glitch, that's a full situation in the Edits app. Like that was absolutely a problem, a them problem and not a me problem. I had done everything I needed to do. I'd done all the things. I'd done the like voiceover and checked it. And every time I'm in the Edits app, it is perfectly fine. But as soon as it exports either to my camera roll or to Instagram, it like all jumbles up and some old audio comes in there. So, definitely some bugs in the app. And the more I played with it, the more I was like, it can't compete with CapCut, at least not right now. Because CapCut has so many features to like mask and do keyframes and do some of these more advanced editing things that I think make content really good right now that the Instagram Edits app just doesn't have. But I don't necessarily think that's a problem, because I think the Edits app is designed to be more simple, which I really do like. So if you just need to do a quick little simple edit, it's a great place to do it. But I also do wish that they had an export to Instagram story option too, because sometimes you might want to export to your stories. Do I think Instagram will put more effort into the app and try and compete more with CapCut? Probably. I think that Instagram is trying to play on the fact that TikTok may be banned. I think they're probably trying to push for TikTok to be banned. But yes, probably. It probably will add more features. The glitches will probably be worked out, all the things. But for now, there are definitely two different reasons or two different like use cases for why you would use each app. So yeah. Now, I'm going to cut into a tutorial for how to use Instagram Edits. So just a really quick, like, here's how all the tools work and here's the things, so that if you want to use it, you can like jump right in, because there's not a lot of tutorials on the internet. So let's go. Okay, this is actually really freaking simple. So down here at the bottom, there is a stickies, so you can like capture ideas. And what you do with that is you just hit the plus sign and like add an idea, which I actually think is really cool. This allows you to save reels and access your collections. So I actually really love this because I can access my content inspiration here, which I love. So then there's also inspiration tab, there's your projects tab, there's this nice little record in the app tab, and then there's analytics. So it's actually really a good partner app for Instagram if you're looking to grow on Instagram. So mostly you're going to be working inside of the projects app, and if this is, your first time here, there won't be anything here, but you just hit the little plus sign at the bottom right and you can add in a video. You can tell that I've been getting nail inspiration because I just got my nails done, and I've decided that the me of this current timeline has her nails done. So we've been capturing inspiration. That's not the point. The point is, let's go grab a video or something that we want to work with and add it. And then when you add that, it just adds to the timeline. So you can click on it and you can split it and crop it and do all of those types of things, just like you could any other thing. You can also add overlays, sound effects, cut out, just like I showed you earlier. So right up here in the top right hand corner, you can toggle this to 4K and change the frame rate and the color. And I would recommend that if you filmed it in 4K, you export it in 4K and you use it in 4K on your social media. So down here at the bottom, what you've got, if you don't have anything selected, is audio, which pulls up a ton of audios, text, which allows you to add text, voice, which allows you to do a voiceover, captions, which add captions. There are no captions, there's no voice in this video. Overlay, which is going to allow you to add something on top of this video. Sound effects, again, adding sound effects. Cutout, which we played with earlier, and sticker, which is going to allow you to add any kind of stickers, kind of like you can in your stories. So For instance, if I want to add something over top of this, I would just add that as an overlay. So like this video, I'm just gonna zoom it in here. It's just something fun I did with my son at a baseball thing. And so we're gonna try and zoom it in here to fit the frame. Okay, awesome. And then if I want to add something on top of that, like let's say I wanted to add this picture of my nails, or not my nails, but inspo for nails, I could do that here. And then with the overlay selected, you can do the same things. So split, volume, replace, duplicate, delete, cut out, and mirror. So those are all pretty explanatory. So if I just wanted to cut out the hands here, I could go ahead and let it track it, or I could do it manually. And I'm just gonna go ahead and hit track object there. And then it's just gonna have this little floaty hand situation here instead of the whole photo, which is funny. So you have to be on the overlay or the clip to zoom in, to zoom out. So if you zoom in on the wrong one, it's gonna do that. You see how that works. Mirror would be to flip it, like super easily there. And then speed, volume, replace, all of those are pretty self-explanatory. And those are the features that you have with an overlay. When you're on the main layer, you have all of the same features, except you also have some like adjustment tools for the actual like color and video and things. You have filters, which I love because you can actually add some filters. You have the green screen effect. Again, this is where you can record over it. Effects. So this is going to be that like zoom in or film grain or whatever you want to do there. Voice effects. So this is where you can make your own voice or the voice in here sound different. Extract audio. So if you want to remove the audio, you can do that. Mirror, same thing. Replace, slip, and duplicate. So slip here is kind of like a clip. So you see here it says drag to select the portion of the, okay, it's not letting me drag the portion of your video. There we go. Drag to select the portion of the video you want in your video. So what this does is it gives you that same option of like Instagram stories or reels when you add a video of like, instead of like cropping it out, you can just kind of slip it around and get which one you want in there. So you can do that. Let's see if there's anything else. Duplicate, nothing crazy there. So once you're back out of here, you can like add stickers or whatever. And honestly, that's kind of your features. So if you want to export, you just go to export and then it's going to literally export. You can then share it directly and it also saves directly to your camera roll. So that's pretty much it.